Welcome to the Ska History Hour with your hosts, Jose Rojas
Hello.
and myself, Daryl Rubio, wherein the purpose of this channel is to spread awareness of ska music and its subgenres to the world. Our guests today are members of the Goodwin Club. We have Tami and we have
Hello.
Rich.
What's up?
We appreciate you taking the time to speak with us to share your stories and your music to the ska community. We'll first start off, we'll go back and forth between Jose and I with questions. My first question is we see your band started circa 1993 and disbanded around 1995 with a few offshoots in 96 or so. You guys usually play an upbeat style of ska that makes people jump up and dance. Can you guys please describe each of your musical influences and what are your current favorite ska bands?
Wow. Tommy, you go first.
Oh, thanks. Um, I think originally, like back then, I grew up, my parents listened to predominantly just reggae, and we would go to like lots and lots of reggae festivals and concerts and things. So I grew up with that. So like, I was 14, like, or when the band started. I would say that was probably like my influences then, and like punk rock I was starting to get into and stuff. And yeah, like a little bit, I had a little bit of ska under my belt. I didn't know a lot of ska when the band started. It kind of like, that was like my introduction to it all. Like, I think I went to a Knuckle Brothers show. I went to a No Doubt show, of course. Just like local stuff, but I didn't really know like what I was into at 14. And then just being in the band just like taught me so much. Like it was just like a crash course in everything Orange County ska based, right? Right now, my favorite ska bands, I'm super old school. Like I still like only want to listen to Operation Ivy and like, I mean, I guess that's not so old school, but like, but I'll listen to like Desmond Decker and like the Selector and those ones. Like I love that, the specials. But like from like, I'll still listen to like a little bit of like the 90s like ska stuff too. But yeah.
I guess
What about the current favorites? Your current favorite ska bands
me.
Okay.
besides Goodwin Club?
Oh, like current ones that are in the scene right now.
Yes.
I mean, I think like it's like all just super fun. Like everyone's kind of getting back together. It's just like fun again. Like Bite Me Bambi's great. Like who else we play with? There's just like super cute little kid band called Chudson that's adorable and fun. Like,
I mean, you can even like go as far as like, okay, are the Interrupters a ska band? Yeah.
yeah,
I'm like, dude, they put out great stuff. I can't be like, oh, they're too big for me to say they're cool. It's like
Right.
they're awesome. I mean, like, Take Back the Power is like one of my favorites. Like that's not the ska punk, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, them being a band and like having a song like that, I'm like, dude, it's like one of my favorite songs ever in the scene. So,
but like I was so fun. Like, hey, Go like put out the live version of Idiot Box, and I was like, that's awesome.
yeah.
Like, everyone's like kind of doing fun stuff again, you know?
Um, there's a band, Hey Smith from Japan.
Oh yeah.
Continuously
Well,
kills
I
it.
didn't know we were allowed to bring in like international stuff too.
We're going everywhere. Other side of the globe, we're going all the way. What's that new song that they do it in the club where it's like a four-sided stage and the pits like roller? I'm like, dude, it's like one of the coolest videos too. Like they're killing it. I love them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Right.
So you were talking about what did you say? Take Back the Power, right?
Yeah.
Every time I see that, I always think of the Rage Against the Machine, Take the Power Back.
Right. I know.
I always get confused between the two.
It's like, oh, which genre are you talking about?
Yep.
Exactly. Also, one of my favorite songs from that genre. So like, it's cool. Like they actually like killed it. But the Interrupters take the power back. It's like, it's really funny for all the Southern California watchers of your show. You will recognize that place if you really take a good look. Like the back alley, if you've ever been there, and the stage, how it's set up. it's the Glass House in Pomona, and I'm like, yeah, I love the fact
Watch
that
it.
it just makes it like that much more like hometown. Like, yo, it's just like no matter where you're from and what's going on, like it still kind of has that like Southern California flavor. And I love it. So, what was the question? What was it like? Who are your favorite influence? Oh, who are my
musical influence.
Who are your influences, Rich?
For sure, I'll tell you, Tami. It's funny because one of my friends who originally was like all about Nine Inch Nails and like Black Flag and everything.
Those are vastly different, John. You you clump those together as if that was like the same thing.
I mean, he had the shirts, and I was like, "Yo, I don't know who this guy's listening to, but he's got the shirts. So guess what? They're in the same genre for me at the time." But then it was like he one day was like, "Dude, I heard your dad has a CD player. my older brother won't let me use the CD player, and I want to get my stuff on tape. Can you record these on tape for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, cool." And it was like he was like that slightly cooler kid that I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll get in with him. It's cool, yeah." And like so I take the stuff home, and two of the literally three of them were Sublime, 40 Ounces to Freedom, Who Is This Is by Voodoo Glow Skulls, and what was the third one? Operation Ivy. It was like literally like three of like the coolest classics ever.
Yep.
And I had them all the time because I'm like, I'm burning a tape for me too, of course.
Nice.
So that, and I'm like, and it just burst me into the whole like, ooh, what is this? What is like I didn't even know at that point. I was, 14 or so at the time too.
For babies.
If they're like 13 or so, because I think the cool part was my first ever show that I went to was Skank and Pickle at the Showcase Theater in Corona.
Mm.
And
Nice.
it was Skank and Pickle, Tantra Monsters, Vitamin L, and guess who opened the show?
Oh. That's
The Goodwin Club. So literally the first ska band I ever saw live, period, was the Goodwin Club. And like our buddy Dean, who was in Hopscotch with me at the time, like the band that we started like way long ago. We looked up at the stage, we're like, oh my gosh, these guys are like so killing it. They're just so much fun. We want to be doing what they're doing in a year. And our band Hopscotch did 364 days later, play the same stage. And then I don't even know, a couple weeks later, we were talking to Tami about like joining our band because she's like, my band might be breaking up. And so we had her out at the house and it was a whole thing there. But then she was like,
they didn't like me.
No, the lead singer that was there didn't want to do oh, girl singer, guy singer. And we're like, you're stupid because like she's awesome. And then all of a sudden she's like, well, we're actually doing a couple more shows with the Goodwin Club. You guys want to play horns? Some of the horn players have gone to college or whatever. And we're like, yeah, that's like exactly what we wanted to do. So, and it just started this whole cycle of them coming back, Goodwin Club coming back in, 20 for the 20-year reunion show, and Dean going like, yo, we should do this show. And I was like, I don't like playing shows. I was with the Hippos too long. We did lots of shows, and I don't like playing shows anymore. And then he's like, just do it for me. And I said, okay. And now I'm the one going like, let's do it. Let's do more. Let's do more. Like, it's so much fun. Like it's literally playing with this band is like just been the most fun.
Now, I'd like to start off to ask if anybody was in the high school band.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right?
Was that
jazz band?
Okay, so I started like in 5th grade. So I mean, you do concert band, you do jazz stuff. I did like they were like, "Ooh, you get jazz. You could be in the jazz all-star one for like all the towns around." And then like they made me do marching band.
Nice.
But at the time it was crazy because I was like the best trombone player in the area, and they were like in my like little cubicle, and I was like, I will not do marching band again ever. I hated it. It was the worst. I do not want to show up at school at like 5:45 in the morning. I don't want to like be playing shows on the weekends that are not ska shows. And eventually they were like, well, we should have him in the jazz band because he's pretty good at jazz. So I was the one that I didn't have to do that. So that was cool. So I played jazz from then on, and then I, did jazz until I was like, I'm going to be a ska player, but I still did jazz for a little bit. But, that just took off, and I was like, I just would have played.
But Rich wasn't the only one.
Nice.
Like, pretty much all the horn players played in their high school bands, or a lot of us, I didn't go there, but a lot of people in bands back there went to OSHA, which is a performing arts school down in Orange County. And so they were there for music too and whatever. So like everybody kind of stuff. Yeah.
Dean, our friend that like my friend that was in hopscotch. He was like in all the bands that I was doing as we were growing up too. So like everybody does have this like classical / jazz / met everybody at jazz camp stuff, nerd style. So like here we are.
Would you go and do those jazz festivals also with your high school?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
All the time. Wasted. I was like, dude, we just play, man. It's cool.
Let us touch on the Goodwin Club's releases. You guys have the most recent.
You got everything back there. You can get the membership card.
Most recent, you got the Join the Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On Wiretap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I came about this somewhere.
That must have been from Kevin.
But it looks like
there's
some signatures on there, and I could see Tami's
on
there. Or Tommy's, I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
Tommy.
And I don't have the I have the membership card, of course.
Of course.
Jose is going to ask you a question on that later.
Today.
And of course, you guys, this was with Soda and Join the Club.
Yeah, so that has the first demo we ever recorded and the first album we ever recorded on it.
So that's the reason why I don't have the release that Andy released, the Soda. So let's talk about that. Andy George from over at Toxic Toast re-released Soda on vinyl. I talk to Andy periodically. We want to promote Toxic Toast as well, to go ahead and pick up Soda over at Toxic Toast, where it was, the inception was there. And then I also learned that you guys are going to have a show in July over at Toxic Toast, because Andy's reopened his place there, which is great. So we're excited about that. Touching on that, any other shows that we have that you guys have coming up that you can tell us about?
We don't.
Well, Tommy, who all's on that show? I know that Mephistopheles.
That's all I know. And then I know Kevin contacted about joining that show, and I guess it's some sort of like package deal. So I don't actually know the bands that are on it. They must be on a tour or something. I don't really know any details.
Oh, cool. Got it. Yeah, I just.
Us?
What's that?
Playing with? And they probably know more than we do.
The good old Goodwin Club thread gets like, here's you're playing with Mephistopheles, and we're like, who wants in? And everybody says yes. That's all I've heard. So like that's happening.
So far it's you guys and Mephistopheles that are playing at that time.
Definitely.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I've talked to Andy before about getting some shows going on there. Jose's interested in booking some bands.
Yes.
So, he knows who
Do it. Do it.
Go ahead, Jose.
The song Quarantine, did that song develop during the pandemic? And is this how the band was coping with the pandemic?
Yes.
That's where it all began.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, sort of. I mean, we played that one show right before. We played a couple shows before that, but
well,
we weren't write any new music or anything. We were just like, oh, they want us to come back for this reunion thing, so we did that. And then when quarantine, not the song, but actual quarantine happened, our drummer, who used to be our singer with me, was like, hey, I wrote these songs. And he like sent them to Rich. I guess let's do this. We got nothing else going on.
I'm making like a couple records with bands in the studio, and I'm like, I got enough time to do anything. Like, let's go. Yeah, and he sent Quarantine over, and we're like, but it was just like this song that was kind of there, and kind of like he was just sending little tidbits. And then Dean and I would get together and go like, oh, cool, what if we did this to kind of like, do another part. And then I think we sent something back to him, and he was like, dude, this is awesome. So he just started bombarding. We got like 30 ideas from him. He was just like, I got all the time in the world. Let's do this. And
Nice.
and we still have like all these ideas that we literally sifted through and like kind of reworked and kind of rewrote lyrics on a lot of them for the Join the Club EP, the record that's in the back there. And it turned out rad, and like who knows, we have like a lot more things that could be worked on. You never know.
Yeah, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
Depends how motivated we are, but there.
Start another pandemic. Let's go. We're in.
And I don't know what day it is.
What week it is, Tommy? What week it is?
Let's go down memory lane real fast. I don't know if you guys could see this. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's go down memory lane. You guys back in the day played with Sublime, Let's Go Bowling, Schlep Rock, John Panel's band, and your band.
Mhm.
Back in Fullerton at the Ice House. And this is a picture of you all being young, right?
Yeah, we're pretty young there.
Pretty damn young. We've got another one here, a recent show. Your ska smackdown at that awesome place. I love that garden amp.
That picture's not from that show, but yes.
Right. I just put a bunch of pictures here. I just put some pictures here with the Rich. Looks like he's in jail or just got out of jail.
They were the Adams family.
Pugsley.
And you're you're what's her name?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
The next show we've got some older ones. Knuckle Stock.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty crazy lineups. Knuckle Brothers, Goodwin Club. I forgot about this band, Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
One Eye Open. Love those guys. That wasn't Kevin and Scapeshmo now, right?
Yeah.
And then
You
this,
remember
I don't know who this band is. Never heard of this band. What were you gonna say? What did you say, Tommy?
I said, do you remember Massingale?
No, I don't know who that band is.
They were even possibly younger than me and Rich. I'm not even sure. They were this 3-piece punk band, and they were like real little kids. Like they were kids.
But was
Mohawks, like they were hilarious.
Right.
Was Kevin part of that too?
No, not at all. I don't know why. It's just like whoever drew that flyer was.
Because it was weird. It looks like Massingale One Eye Open. It was like looked like one thing.
Yeah, it does. Massingale. And it says maybe even Real Big Fish.
Yeah. Oh, not sure if they're gonna show up, but
yeah, exactly. Then over here you've got
that's such a John Panel thing to do. It's like I don't have everything confirmed, but we're just gonna put it out there anyways.
Guess what? Come anyway. You'll see what the show.
There's a lot of these. Didn't John Panel keep putting out these luau things back then? He put out a lot of luau shows. Ska luau, ska this, luau that.
Did he do the ska luau?
I think so.
I don't remember if that was John or not. But
yeah,
John was our like fairy godmother, basically. Like literally the week we like decided to be a band and like showed him our demo, he just went, "You're on every show now."
Like then you had this other one where you guys played with the Toasters, and this is not from there, of course.
That is not.
Yeah.
I look way skinnier in that one than I did at the Toaster show. It's kind of like that.
So I just wanted to show some of those flyers so you guys could see that. Now tell us about the songwriting process, and if we should be expecting any new material in the future.
Well,
ball game.
I mean, like we literally have like 20 unused ideas that are all kind of like, I mean, we just kind of like picked from the best and said, okay, this is going to be Join the Club. And at any point, you never know. Like if we just have a down week and we're like, hey, guess what? We feel like writing. You never know. But there's no like set, oh, we need to do this. In fact, before that happens, we're actually doing a video for Shake It Off. That's on.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's a segment into your question, Jose.
I was gonna say the band has a cover of "Shake It Off." Who is the biggest Taylor Swift fan in the band?
Not Jesse.
Tami.
No, it's funny because like
This is all for. We did it for. He's got 3 girls, you know.
So Dean has like 3 girls that are all Swifties, and they're like, he's like, dude, this would be a great idea. The kids will love it, and they everybody that's heard it's loved it. It's like one of those songs where everybody's like, dude, we want to hear more of that. And so we're actually at the, we did all these shows like back to back at the beginning of the year, and now we're like, okay, we got to get back together and do this, do a follow up to everything that happened with a little Shake It Off video coming your way soon-ish.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah,
we haven't got the date for the shoot yet, but we got the concept. It's gonna be good.
The worst song to sing.
It's fun.
He does breath. Yeah.
If you guys ever want any video from that last show with the Aquabats reunion thing or anniversary thing or whatever it was, Jose and I have a lot of that.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. We were all over the place.
You can go to the Patreon channel and purchase it.
Oh,
Just kidding.
the homie, huh?
That show was so fun though. That was like the most fun show ever.
Wait,
It
which
was.
show?
The Aquabats show was the most fun
Yeah, no, it's so great.
because backstage was just like it was just our high school reunion. Like everybody back there was someone I hadn't seen since I was 16.
I saw Brian Gilmore and I haven't seen him for decades.
There were so many people that came up and talked to me. They're like, "You don't know who I am, do you?" I'm like, and then, "Oh, I have a picture of you on my phone."
Yeah, because you look totally different.
That happened to me too. Like there's all these people that were like, dude, I was doing backstage for like Aquabats back when the Hippos used to play with them all the time. I'm like, that's crazy. I had no idea. Or even people that like had played with the Aquabats in the very early stuff. I'm like, how would I know? Like,
oh, and they had some guy who had all their old flyers.
Yeah, that was
those shows, and we played so many of them. I like didn't, just totally forgot about him. Like that it was so cool to see all that old stuff.
He literally printed them all out and brought like a big.
So cool.
That's amazing.
Like all the old hand drawn ones. It was really cool.
Did Ben Bergeson join GoGo 13 that night? Everyone looks so different now. Do you know?
He's the old singer.
Oh no, Ben played bass, I believe.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody was there who had ever touched any of our bands.
It was crazy.
If you ever got on stage with any of us, you were there.
It was like, oh, I played bass for the Aquabats in 4 shows in 1994, and you're like, cool, man. All right, you gonna play those 4 up there? Yep, I am. Okay, cool.
I think it was like that week we were all having to rehearse. So I was like, I'd send pictures to Christian, and Christian would send me pictures back, and then Parker would send pictures of all of us just like trying to get it together.
I love it. Yeah, that was it was really cool because I hadn't seen maybe even Parker since the Hippos were on tour with the Aquabats in like 1999 or something like that. So like,
how come you haven't seen Parker? We played with GoGo like not that long ago.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so like it wasn't Parker. It was like some of the other guys in there, and like, I'm like, dude, you're crazy. Like I haven't seen you in 45 years.
It's super weird.
It's crazy. So yeah.
Now, the song "See All Color" is the first song of your new album. Would you guys consider yourself an ally to the LGBTQ community?
Yes. Yes, we are. I know, but yeah, absolutely.
So that would be CL Colors and all the everything.
Plural.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all, everything. Yeah.
Everybody's welcome to join the club.
Yes, everyone.
Nice.
Jose, do you want to ask that question too? Since we're
yeah, sure. What does one need to do to join the club, the Goodwin Club?
You want to take this, Rich?
Says it in the lyrics. If you're sad and lost your way, felt those feelings every day. We're all the same, so here I say, just join the club. Come to the
Just
club.
join the
Come to the
club.
club.
Just join the club. Just join
I
the
don't-
club.
All you gotta
No,
do-
so originally, yeah, we had you send a super embarrassing photo of yourself. Not a super embarrassing, but just you being your authentic being. And then I would send you a card. Or you can just come to one of our shows and show us a picture, and you'll also can be in the club.
And you get a free.
If you're in the club, you come to the booth, you get a prize.
Yeah.
Like a free smile or
Nice.
something.
Well, the I don't know what the prize is going to be. It's different every time.
Yeah, it's different every time, so you never know what you're gonna get. But we have prizes.
But if
I
you
never
do,
got a prize when I got a card from you.
Did you bring it to a show and show the girls that run our booth?
I showed it to you personally.
I didn't give you a toy.
No.
oh my gosh,
You probably thought I was some creepy old man. That's why. Who the hell is this guy?
I joined your
The
club.
security.
Okay.
Dog is bugging me. Yeah, no. Sometimes you just have to remind me of things. Like,
I don't really care. I've got so much stuff. Now, is there any plans? You know, there's a lot of these festivals, ska festivals that appear on the East Coast. For some reason, they're not here. Do you guys have any plans to maybe venture out to the East Coast and play one of these festivals, like a one-off?
we'd love to.
Yeah, I think that it's weird that like they're like Back to the Beach kind of kicked it off in a weird way. I mean, Supernova was Supernova around, or was Back to the Beach?
It was because Supernova's around since like 2015 or something, or
Right.
Yeah.
well, Back to the Beach was 2018. I don't remember.
Okay, I can't remember what years they were, but like, but it's funny because like they're nothing on the West Coast is kind of happening with festivals, but like they're all East, and I mean, look, I think the band would be down for it. We even have feelers out in Japan to play over there, so you never like we'll go. We have so much fun playing together. We have so much fun, like just like even like we did this little mini tour together, and it was like we even became that much closer after all these years, doing it. It was great. So we're down for whatever. If anybody wants us to play, it makes sense. Let's go.
Even if you have to sleep on someone's floor.
Yeah, but we don't have like booking people or managers or anything. So it's just us. So it's like if it's not somebody we know who's asking us, like that's all we're ever gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, so ask us because we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get the Supernova or the Buffalo Fest people or whatever to recognize.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, dude, we put on a fun show. I'll tell you that.
We put on a fun
Yeah.
show. Like a weird fringe, like I don't know, like we weren't around that long. Like a lot of people don't know who we are unless you're in Orange County, But
Well, no one knew who Bite Me Bambi was until they started doing their thing out there too.
yeah.
True that. They just started touring, and we are like, I don't know if we're a touring band necessarily.
Yeah. We have a lot of kids.
How many kids collectively? Is it?
We have a ska band and kids, just
That'll be that next little band like the Massengill.
Yeah.
Ska orchestra. Like, I don't know.
Is it your question, Jose?
Sure. I think it might be mine. The Snoop Dogg song. Can you tell us what that song is about?
Tommy question.
No.
Next question.
No, I can't.
Please, I was trying to decipher the song for so long.
Is that the same with Turkey Tit?
Turkey Tit, I know the story behind. Snoop Dogg, I have no idea when that. Yeah, no idea. Turkey Tit was because half our band was vegan for a while, and then our drummer at the time, he was like, "You guys are so disgusting. You're just gonna go and eat turkey tits all day." And then that's how that song came about.
And then it was like a whole Taco Bell reference and everything.
Yeah, because yeah. And then we would go every day after practice, and they were testing out a new Taco Bell by us that was all computerized. But this was like in early '90s, so it was very like Now that seems normal, but it wasn't then. And
In
we would
doll-
just go and order the most insane things and just spend like forever just to like just would hand you a tortilla because you'd like ordered the 7-layer burrito and just like taking everything out of it. And it was just like this like so they were testing it out and we just would goof off at this computerized Taco Bell all the time. And we also just ate a lot of Taco Bell. But yeah, that's what Turkey Tit's about. It's real, just solid, just intellect and wisdom, just all wrapped up in one song.
Well,
Yes.
while we're still talking about some of the songs, you guys and a few of the Orange County bands kind of shared kind of the same take on songs, right? Like you your song Snoop Dogg, and then I think Real Big Fish has Snoop Dogg Baby, right, or something.
Mhm.
And then there's that Idiot Box, which you guys have it called. I forgot what it was called.
No, we call it Idiot Box.
They call it Idiot Box. It's
Yeah,
the same.
yeah, it's the same.
Oh,
No,
is it? Okay.
we covered Idiot Box because there was this like right the quarantine just started, I think, right, Rich?
Yeah, so Horchata hit you up to do like
they were like, oh, we're doing this like Horchata tribute album. We'd like all the old bands to pick one song that was on Horchata label and cover it. And so we did that one. And then that kind of like
that's what actually kicked it off because like quarantine. I was thinking quarantine was the first, but no, because
but it was Idiot Box, right?
it was Idiot Box. Yeah, because we were like, oh, I was like, I don't know. I'm recording a couple records right now. I like if you give us Idiot Box and we can do that for the Goodwin Club.
Yeah, because remember I had to record it from Hawaii and
yes. Oh my gosh.
awful, and I had to like keep resending stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, so they asked us to do that, and I was like, well, okay, outside chance that nobody picks Idiot Box, like let's do it. And they wrote back with like, sure, go ahead. We're like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're doing it.
Yeah.
And then like we came in, like it's funny because at the time everybody was quarantined and some people would come in and some people wouldn't. Like I would always keep I wouldn't like go out and do a bunch of stuff, but like so I was basically quarantined in the studio at all times. So I was like, anybody wants to come in as long as you haven't done anything nutty and like gone off to a rave or something, like let's go. And so people would come in and do stuff. And Tami, you were in Hawaii, and she was like, I can do vocals over here and send them. And she did them, and it was like the rest of the band had done this like super like the Goodwin Club version ended up being like super more energetic than even like the original one, the go-go version. So she was kind of doing it with the go-go thing in mind. So we're like, okay, well, when you get back, let's like redo that. And it turned out really cool. And then we were like, huh, that turned out fun. Maybe we do a couple more.
Yeah, that's what I think. We were like, oh, that was fun to play again together. Yeah, that's what it started it. Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that song too because it's so uplifting, like you said. And what do you attribute to the sound of the band? You know,
The sound of the band.
I think we have two kind of different sounds now, right? Like there's the old songs, like the 90s sort of songs, and then which were more like I feel like raw and gritty and like definitely like half ska, half punk. And then there's the newer ones that I think are much more like refined and like polished and like
But your vocals
high energy though. Because like some of our old stuff was like you know what I mean? like sometimes, you know? Like
but it's funny that like when you say like refined, but like your vocal actually dirties it now. We've got this like thing from your vocal that you're like doing this like, you know, more aggressive style of yourself, which makes it even like it works out. So like the old stuff had like a very polished Tami and a very like rough band, like just going and doing stuff. And now it's like more polished band with like Tami being a little more aggressive. So in a weird way, it kind of like meets in the middle and it all works live. I never thought of that. That's really actually a really cool thought.
warm my heart.
Aww. That's what I do. I have those one moments like on the ska movie. I don't know.
You guys could do live recordings like at G Sun Studios.
Oh my gosh. Dude, it was so funny because they asked about that in the last interview, and I was like, I don't think the Beastie Boys, would.
They would have been pissed if they knew we were going through their lockers. And fucking Brian Foxworthy.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy guy.
Dude. Oh, well.
Do you remember when he pulled a gun on me?
I remember this. I don't think I was in the room, but yes, I do remember.
Yeah. It was in one of the it was in one of the guys' offices.
The engineer that did Forget the World, the Hippos record.
Yeah. Pulled a gun on you.
He did. He pulled it was like a snub nose. It was silver. I remember the shit was in my face. It was probably one of the scariest moments because Brian was fucking high all the time.
He was he was doing Beastie Boys recordings during the day, and then staying up literally all night. We would be there like from 12 to 6 a.m. And he'd jump right back in the next day with Beastie Boys, and like he was just delirious. He was on so much coke. It was crazy.
Well, he did that with Melting Pot and the Adjustments too.
Oh snap! Okay, well then
after you guys. So I got like a triple dose of that shit.
Wait, what?
I said that's wild.
Oh, sorry. You're cutting in and out. It was very well. I think that whole recording was like, I mean, Daryl, you got the wildest side of it, obviously, but like, our side was like, cool, we're gonna go to school from like 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and then like all of a sudden we're gonna like go record from 12 to 6, 10 a.m. and then we roll back to school, and then we roll back to like next day. It was just like that was
that's indie label recording on a budget.
Dude, it was a really rad studio to be at on a budget though. So
yeah. Everything worked out on that record. That was awesome.
That was huge.
Now, my question to you guys, it might be a little silly, but have you two ever been in other bands? Let's start with Tami, because we know Rich.
Yeah, we know where Rich has been. I've been in lots of really shitty bands. Soon
Hopscotch.
Soon after the Goodwin Club, I was like, fuck ska. And then I was in indie band, played bass and sang for that band. I think we were called Jumper One. And then I went to college, and then I was in a drum and bass group.
Heck yeah.
I actually like toured that one. Like that one was kind of like a bigger one. And then I went back to college or graduate school, and then I was in another like garage rock band. I played bass and sang in that one. And then, yeah, that's it for me.
Obviously, Hopscotch was rad. That like got us to where we were playing with the Goodwin Club. Hippos for sure, Goodwin Club, RX Bandits. Some people don't know, but like that band Never Heard of It that actually did pretty well in early 2000s. I ended up playing keys for them for like a couple of years. Or like a year.
In the studio, it's got you with the poofy hair.
Yeah.
That one?
I was about like some weird like coaxial coil or something with like
I don't remember the name, but that was that band.
That was the one, yeah.
Favorite picture in the world.
Dude, so sick. And then strangely enough, I'm joining a band and playing bass as we speak. So, but
wait, you're joining another band?
I can't talk about that yet.
Up. God, you're gonna be so busy.
Cool, really cool. I'm gonna play both. It's all good.
What kind of music is it?
It's not this style. We're okay. No competition.
All right, fine.
I love how we find out about new things on.
Literally the first time I've ever told anybody. So yeah.
Breaking news.
It's kind of a big deal. You're welcome, Daryl.
Now we talked about like you guys played with Voodoo Glow Skulls, Mustard Plug, and Buckle 9. Which other big shows have you been a part of?
You're asking me, or just us?
I mean, how much bigger does it
I
get?
have no memory, so really for these things.
No doubt.
Back in the day, we played with like No Doubt, and like our very first show ever was Sublime, Game Face, Guttermouth, us, and Knuckle Brothers. That was our first show ever.
So
wow.
So pretty big band from the
Yeah.
Just played with the Toasters, so that was
the Toasters were fun. Yeah,
that was dope. Toasters are like one of those bands that I grew up with, just going like, dude, like there was such a gap between like, say, the Goodwin Club or Hippos, and like, well, it's like
came back.
It's a big gap between like the Goodwin Club and say like some of those bands, and then like all of a sudden the Toasters, we play with them, and I'm like, dude, that was a cool one because I always looked up to them and was like, dude, they were like the godfathers of like the era that I was listening to. And the coolest thing was we literally were leaving the club when we played with him, and he's like, the lead singer was like, he's like, dude, Goodwin Club's my new favorite band. You guys are awesome.
He said it on stage. It was so cute.
Yeah. It was like
he like cornered him. He was like talking to us. He was like, you guys were awesome. I was like heartful,
dude, how cool was that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, remember we played with the Scatolites though when we were like 15 years old?
Yeah.
No business being on the stage with the Scatolites.
0%.
Wow.
0%.
You know what we did? We were so smart as 15-year-olds. We're like, let's just play all our songs real slow.
It's so funny because like Dean and I were talking about that last night. We were like, you know what? We didn't know anything. We're like how do we like I mean the Scatolites were like the mecca of all beings. So
I know.
We're like, dude, how do we like even do something that's going to be worthy of us being on stage with them?
I feel like that show, it was just us and them. Like there wasn't even like a bunch of openers. It was just
I don't think so. Yeah, it was like
this is the Showcase Theater, right?
Scatolites, yeah, it was Scatolites. We would play for like an hour and a half. You get
yeah. So there's just one opening band.
Okay.
And I think the flyer, what did the flyer say? It was so funny. It was like
legends.
No, it was like the Scatolites with the Goodwin Club, an almost two-tone band. So
I have no recollection of that. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Like it was in an era where like what you branded yourself or sound like really mattered, or else like people would like rush the stage. It was weird. So we're like we gotta seriously tone it down, like no distortion. We gotta play our chill songs. Like,
we slowed down everything like half speed. It was
like
so
Hawaiian singer maybe twice. We're like
I remember my dad was so embarrassed that show of us. Like he was just like you're playing with these like legends, and we're just like, anything. Like
we all like, dude, we were so young. We like literally dressed in like suits and stuff. We're like, oh, well, we gotta like kind of fit in.
I like literally think I wore like a full like skinhead girl outfit to that show. I had a shaved head then. I think I was in like wife beater, like the little like suspender straps, like I went like full like like we were so nervous to play with them. We're just
It's great though. I mean, like to have that memory.
Yeah.
It's just really funny when you talk it out like afterwards. You're like, oh my gosh. But like, yeah, we play with the Scatolites. Like
you can't get any bigger than that.
Imagine they're like these like 70-year-old like just journeyman, and they're like, who was this the band that's opening for us? Like these
they weren't watching us. Stop it. Come on.
Little
they're back getting high. I
thought it was cute. You know what I mean? Like
no, I hope so. I hope they were like they gave it their all.
Yeah.
They had a little something that was nice. That's cool.
I got those sympathy claps from the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, we changed it so hard that, like, I don't know. I mean, like, we should have just stuck.
We should have just come out as our normal selves, but like,
yeah, it would have been so much better. And I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Now, back in our day, all of us, even Jose, back in the 90s, comps were a really big deal. about learning about new bands. Now, I know you guys, at least you guys are on the Ska for Nerds, one that I know about. I don't know what other ones you guys are on. But do you feel from the comps that you guys have been on, your band has been on, that you've gained more exposure from being on these comps?
Well, I'll tell you, Rich can talk to present time, but John Panel was a little genius. And any show you did with him, the first 50, 100 people, I don't even remember how many, would get a free comp of all the bands playing on the bill that night on a cassette. And I listened to those like crazy. Like those were just in my car, you know, and I think that was all of us back then. Like you came to the show early because you were going to get a free tape of all the bands that were playing that night. And
mixtape.
That made a huge difference. Like that got you out. Totally, because that's all you had back then. We didn't have any other way of like finding bands. And so those would get duplicated and duplicated and duplicated. And, you know, that was the best for us when we were younger, you know. Ska for Nerds one was super cool, though. I loved being on that one. And that definitely, I think, really helped us.
Yeah, like Ska Punk Daily on Instagram, it's like, you know, been such a cool help for us. Like he's like, dude, I love he loved the Hippos first, and like we started talking about that, and then all of a sudden, like I'm like, dude, I'm playing the Goodwin Club. He's like, dude, like the Goodwin Club from the old days. I'm like, yeah, dude. He's like, oh, how can I help? How can I help? How can I support? So I sent him CL Color, and he's like, dude, this is my absolute favorite song of what was it, 2014 or like 2015 when it first dropped. He was like, I want to put this on my comp, and that got us like all
way later, bro. That wouldn't come out 2015. That was like in
2024.
Yeah,
I'm 10 years in it. Whatever.
Chinese, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so like 2024, and it was like he's like, dude, I want this on my comp. I'm like, dude, please, let's do this. So we've been talking a lot, and he had like a label that he was doing that with, and it just kind of fell apart because of, you know, people like not being cool to their word and everything. But he's always been about like, you know, let's actually make a community where like people can actually be heard, like new bands, legacy, whatever you got going on. And I think that's like it's sad to say that, like, is that the only way that you can? Because like Warped Tour doesn't exist. You don't have like all these places where you can actually go see 30 bands, like 60 bands at once, and find your new gem.
Doesn't it exist again?
I mean, they're having Warped Tour one day. Is it a 2-day festival? One day?
Just 2 days.
Yeah.
One on the East Coast, one on the West.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I mean, that's great, but like, does that get kids to see it, or is it all we see? Because
it's kind of more nostalgia, yeah.
How does the 15-year-old fly out to LA to play to see a show?
Right.
So I mean, I love what it's. I mean, it's weird when we were young, in like getting at ska and like, you know, I don't even know like, you know, all the bands that are on it, but it doesn't work for like all the people in between. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also think the Ska Punk Daily one is super rad because it's like bands from all over the world. It's not one place. So that I think is also very cool about it.
And they make it very affordable. My gosh, what was it? Like a couple bucks?
Oh, like $5, $10. It's like something crazy cheap. Yeah.
It's awesome. So like, you know, I want to send a shout out to Ska Punk Daily for sure. They always kill it. They have the right you know, mentality to be like, yo, let's actually grow this or keep it grown rather than go like elitist, let's make money. Awesome. Love that.
We briefly touched on some of those East Coast festivals. Jose goes to pretty much all of them every year. But I've noticed a lot that there are some bands that are reuniting just for these festivals. Like, do you remember the Ready Men?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know the name.
The Ready Men were supposed to play this festival, but actually they canceled, unfortunately. But they did get back together.
Wow.
Same with Stretch Armstrong from Utah. Do you
No
remember
way.
that?
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that's awesome. We're great.
Yeah, they're playing in East Coast also. Goodwin Club could be one of those. Let's just get something on the
Get
West
us on
Coast.
the bill, please put us on it. Well,
Yes.
And like, you know what? I mean, straight up, we've been playing like California, California, California. We'd love to go out, do a little fly out show for, like whatever in East Coast. It'd be amazing. And I think like for the people that have never actually seen the show, I think they're gonna be like, whoa, I see there's this an extra kind of like thing. And like Dean and I were talking about that last night. When I watched the Goodman Club the first time, there was this extra thing that I'm like, oh dude, there's this magical. And like I mean, a lot of it is Tami. Like she literally like has this thing live where you're like, dude, I don't know, I can't figure it out, but she's awesome, and the band becomes that much more awesome because I'm not that awesome. Thoughts?
Yeah. See, and I've noticed a lot of the East Coast bands when they actually come out touring through the Midwest or our way, they've always got a couple like a package deal. Like Jose and I just went and saw Brunt of It with Stop the
Stop the
Presses.
press.
They both came together, which
Cool.
which is kind of strange. Now I don't see that from West Coast going to East Coast because I know Half Past Two does their thing, Bite Me Bambi does their thing. So these bands go and tour themselves. Maybe you got to get Goodwin Club on one of those packages, send you guys out, do a few dates, across there, get your name out, hit up
Well,
a festival. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but
no,
this is what a lot of these bands are starting to do these
need
days.
somebody because we're like the most lazy band in the world. Oh, be down for that. Also, I just remembered band I like right now is Catbite. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yes.
definitely.
Daryl, I remember that you were the actual catalyst in the Hippos actually branching out and doing like our first US tour was like only as successful as it was because of you. So what I throw out there.
I know.
Everybody listening?
No, the only reason why, let me tell you why, and I appreciate that, thank you, is because with the first, I think I didn't have Punko Sky out yet when you know what, I got it. I think Punko Sky got it when we were on tour. I think it was in 97.
Yeah,
So I think it was from the generic Skaka comp.
totally.
From that one, that's when I got all my connections because, I guess we played with the Scholar, and I say we because
No, yeah.
Okay.
You're
When we played with the Scholars in Michigan, St. Andrews Hall, that was a big fucking show.
absolutely.
A lot of the good stuff,
No,
a lot of the connections, like
later.
yeah, same with like some of the other bands, like the Adjustments got to play with Mephscopheles at the Troubadour when they came here. You guys got to play with like I think it was an Animal Chin, MU330.
Yeah, Animal Chin,
Georgetown.
5 Iron Frenzy.
5 Iron Frenzy was in Colorado. Yeah, that was with you guys. And so I think Slick Shoes played too. They had a punk band.
I think we did. You're right. What a crazy
on that show too.
insane.
That's funny because I just talked to Lenore from 5 Iron Frenzy. We're gonna try to get an interview with them. But with all the connections from that band and all the bands I put on there, I tried to cash in my favors and do that. So when those bands came through town, actually, like okay, so like when like Suicide Machines and Less Than Jake and all them when they came into town, when I booked them, that's when we got a lot of the connections, and that's how we did the Fuel by Ramen thing with a Forget the World album and
and John.
So that's how we were able to be successful on that tour. And it's not just me; it's your guys' sound was fucking awesome. But I remember the first time I met, I think it was Kyle and I forgot who it was. Outside the generic Skaka CD release party at Las Palmas Theater in Hollywood. It was Kyle and somebody else that gave me that Killer Cheese tape.
It wasn't me because I wasn't in the band yet.
Yeah, you weren't in the band yet, but they gave me the tape, and you're such little nerds, and just here's a band, the Hippos, and And I think there was another one with like an H, like a Superman H or something on the tape or something.
That was before it. Yeah, the Killer Cheese was after the H one.
Yeah. It had the H one had like that skateboard song.
Oh, I just want to go
Bones
out.
Brigade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bones Brigade.
So okay, I'll be the first to say world.
Yes.
Daryl Rubio is officially being asked to be the Goodwin Club's manager. So if he says yes, then we're about to like embark upon some amazing endeavors together. And if he says yes,
All right,
you
no
have to say yes on video to make it official.
handshake. Deal done. Okay.
Let's go.
Sorry, bro.
I'll look into that. That's my thing. That's what I say at my job that I've had for 20 years. I say, okay, let me look into that. That's like the professional thing to say.
I'll say this.
I'd love to help you guys. I'd love to help any band. And then that's the sole purpose of this channel with Jose and I. I met Jose. You remember? Yeah, I met Jose the same day that you met him, Rich,
Dude,
at
isn't
that
that
Real Big
crazy?
Fish show.
Dude,
Yeah, Real Big Fish, that
Blues.
Halloween show in 2019 was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. It was so bizarre because I was like, I'm not going to that show. And like, 'cause I literally had nothing to do. And there was this something in my head was like, you have nothing to do. Just go to the show. Just go have fun. Go see your old friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like in the lobby even before like we get to like anything. And I hear this voice like, Reg! I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Daryl. I'm like, this night's gonna be awesome. This night's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
So, it was great, man.
And then to top it off, we got Jose.
Yeah, the Jose was like all of a sudden we met him and like was like, dude, and here we are, like how many years later?
Yeah.
Look at us now.
So cool.
Yeah,
Love
good
it.
times. Good times. Yeah, we are old. Except for Tommy. Tommy's not old.
Tommy's not
Doesn't
old.
look old.
No.
So every time Rich has a birthday, because my birthday follows him by a couple weeks.
Yeah.
My birthday. I'm like, no, it's not. Sorry.
It's funny.
So I've had the same occupation for 20 years, but you guys, I mean, well, after the whole ska thing, but you two, hopefully you guys have real jobs. I know Rich does his thing too. Tommy, do you have a real job too, or is ska your life?
Ska's my life, and I'm never turning back on it.
Andy Samberg. That's hilarious.
No, you like what ages do you teach, Tommy?
I teach 3rd to 6th grade art.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I'm a mom.
You're a real mom?
I'm a real live mom.
How old's your child? 3? 4 now.
They're 24, 23, 15, and 12.
Wait.
See all your
You're not talking about the age. You have 4 children that age. Okay, so let me counter mine. Mine is 32 or 33, 18 and 16.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a huge gap, so between women, I guess.
Well, yeah, my two oldest ones are my stepkids, so yeah, I didn't actually spawn them, but
okay. That is awesome. And Rich, you just do the producing thing, right?
Yep. Been producing for a long time. Had a #1 hit over in Europe that spawned a lot of other things that have been going on.
And who was that with?
This girl named Maud, and it's crazy. She was on a reality show, and she was like kind of the underdog. She was like the odd girl out, but she could really sing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy. Like this song we had written was like we had gone in with like some of the biggest producers in the world, going like, oh dude, here's this song, and they're like, dude, we want to do it. We tested it out like on like 6 or 7 of their artists, and everybody was like, dude, this is gonna fly. And then like for whatever reason, like things didn't happen. It was like, okay, well, whatever happens, happens. And we finally got this one last call where we're like, dude, it's the worst offer ever. I don't even care. It's like it's to the point where like I'm just done being through like the ringer of all the inner workings of stuff where it's like, dude, well, fine, let's give it to the girl. Like, let's see what happens. And boom, like it literally went to number one, and it just changed.
Number one on what? I've never heard this. I'm sorry. Excuse
You
me.
never heard that?
Number one on what?
Number one on iTunes.
iTunes? Oh, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah, it's like, it was literally like the number one song in the world.
That's great.
It was crazy. Like, the only reason that we got dethroned as number one by the end of the week was Daft Punk came out with
Those assholes.
Get Lucky. Like, what?
Just kidding.
No, it was like number one for like a couple days, and then like we're like, dude, we're gonna get number one for the week, and then Daft Punk came out with Get Lucky, and we're like, frick, what happening? So we got like number two for the week, but we got a number one for iTunes for
Rich also goes to Disneyland a lot.
You're kidding.
That's what I was going to touch on. He's a total Disney nerd, and I love that.
That's his
You're
second.
kidding. I've never heard that before. Crazy. I don't like Disney that much. I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of a side thing. I don't know.
Was it your fiance?
Though.
Did your fiance get you into that, Rich? Or were you
no,
already?
I've been into Disney my whole life. Like literally, I've had classes since I was
he'll moonlight at Knott's. Like he shows up at the other ones too.
One year only. It was like, oh, let's like switch it up, and it didn't work out.
Well, Rich actually has played at Knott's before.
Oh, dude, you're right.
Remember that?
Holy, wait, what show was it? Right.
Well, yeah, just today I was thinking, Rich.
It was in the what?
You were at Disneyland just the other day with Dean.
I was.
And I think Scott Kloppenstein was playing there at Disneyland the day you were there.
Yesterday?
He was at Disneyland? Yeah. I just saw he was at Disneyland Adventures, and I'm like, I think Dean and Rich were there.
Who told? What? Come on. Who didn't tell me that?
I was late to the Instagram feed, but I was like, oh my gosh, they were all there together.
Wait, what band did he play in?
I don't know. Some girl singer. I don't know. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. Yeah, but
let me know because I know the people that book there, so I'll like tell me what it is, and I'll be like.
I was like, oh my god, they were there, and like I just
You didn't tell me until today.
Rich, I didn't know today was Tuesday. Me.
Everyone watching now. I said, Tami, where are you at? And she said, chilling. I said, it's Tuesday. She's like, I know. I'm like, where? We got the interview. She's like, yeah, next Tuesday. Like, nope. And here we are. No, that's crazy. Oh, Scott, dude, I love Scott. He's awesome. Wait, who's he playing with though?
I'll send it to you later. Like whatever. Can't remember.
I gotta know this because they'll probably play again during the Food and Wine Festival, and I gotta go.
Part of the Food and Wine Festival.
Because I go all the time. So
I actually was at the Food and Wine Festival last week. Okay, because my friend owns Smog City Brewery.
Oh my God.
And she was there like doing a beer tasting with all them.
Okay, you know what? We all need to hook up for this like awesome night that we're talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the interview. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's always part of the interview. All these side things.
Send us free tickets to Food and Wine Disneyland.
Smog City has a good one. They got a good hazy.
They do.
Let's go.
She's a good friend. Yeah.
So Tami, I was mentioning trying to remind Rich that he actually played at Knott's Berry Farm. With the hippos.
Dude, I totally forgot that. Yeah,
what? Like grad night? What were you doing there?
It was it was Amanda Harrison. Remember she managed Meal Ticket? Yeah. So Amanda is the one who gave me the contact to get you guys on there.
That's
And they paid handsomely.
I know. At that point, we're like, okay.
But where did you put it?
That's where we make money.
Yeah, it was like it was like a terrace type or whatever it was. It had like a
Okay, Tommy, it's the you know that blue outdoor one that they're like, oh, go in there for like swing dance stuff, and they barely ever open it up. It's right across the way from the log ride.
Oh, okay.
It's that like it's that
I know.
stage where
I know.
so yeah, we played there like daytime. It was like
Mhm.
noon. We're like, all right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
And free entrance to the park thereafter.
So like when you're
Nice.
looking at the Calico train, it's right to the left of that, right?
Wait, entrance?
Like the mine, the Calico mine thing, right?
No,
Log ride Calico there.
no. If you're right at the log ride entrance, it's literally right across from there because they got the funnel cake spot, and then they got the
Cakes. Yeah, funnel cakes. Yeah,
funnel
for sure.
cake, and then you turn the corner, and there's that big stage. Yeah, there we go.
They're loving this interview, Rich, by the way. Just so you know.
It was like, I've lost all Daryl's like, I've lost all control.
No, I'm trying to remember because
Festival where they sell that.
I have a picture. Oh, here.
Goodwin Club.
This is the picture in Punko Ska. This is when Meal Ticket played there.
Oh, dude, yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Wait, that looks like an outdoor.
Yeah, that's outdoor.
No, we played
Yes.
indoor. We played an indoor spot.
No, you can play the same spot that I remember.
I thought we played the indoor spot.
That's why I'm asking because they have that outdoor stage right by.
It was the outdoor one.
Right.
I have a picture somewhere. I have pictures somewhere of everything. I don't know.
Okay, Daryl knows. He knows what's up.
I remember. Yeah. I still have tour journals.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Dude,
I remember lots of things. I have pictures of us. I remember those pictures with the cherry blossoms in DC, I think.
Yeah. Those so sick. I love it. That's great. Good job.
I remember nothing of nothing. Like people will be like, "Remember when we played this show with this like big band?" I'm like,
nope.
No idea. But I did the other night. I'm sorry. Let's stay on track.
You're
good.
So, how is it working with Andy from Toxic Toast? How's that with the release of the album? Pretty easy.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. It happened so long ago. He's great. Yeah,
it's that easy.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Yeah, last time I saw him was actually at Supernova a couple years back.
Cool.
Yeah, even though he's just right over here.
Jesse, our guitar player, is really good friends with him. And I actually was gonna pick up my records, that record that you're talking about, because we've sold out of them, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he's extras, because we sell them at the shows like weirdly more than the other record. But no, and we were like, so we had a show when the Aquabats were doing that like GoFundMe thing or whatever they were doing to try to like get their new season of the show out. I think Andy like bought the concert one, and we were supposed to open for them, and it was sold out, remember? And then COVID happened that week.
It was it was like the last.
Yeah.
Like I think that the show was supposed to be like 3 days later.
Yeah.
Weekend, because we had a show with Codename Rocky.
Yeah.
At House of Blues Anaheim, and we had a show with the Aquabats at Toxic Toast, and they closed it down like that Thursday.
Because we played the Codename one, and then the Aquabats one was canceled. Yeah.
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 It was like, sick. So that was like a deterrent. So
like,
yeah. When's the last time you played? We're like, well, it was a bit before, but we had like 2 right before. It was like,
but
we're gonna be great.
I don't know if you might want to mention it to Andy, but I'm like, probably cash in on that film. I mean, I think he paid for it.
It's probably worked that out.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of a Ska Box?
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen it on Instagram.
Yeah. So Ska Box is basically it's a subscription box where they put in CDs, cassettes. I'm sorry. Well, I guess sometimes cassettes, CDs, records,
Stickers and all
7
kinds of
inches, stickers, yeah, shirts, all that.
yeah.
From different bands, so you get to hear different things that you normally wouldn't hear. And it's a subscription. You can do like a month, or you can do 3 months or 6 months or whatever. So we have a collaboration with them that we've done recently. So what we do is once a month at the end of the month, which is I think one of these interviews, where we give away a ska box.
Cool.
So we have that relationship with Cassie over there, where she'll if people subscribe to the channels, to this channel, and then also to Instagram for Stiff Dog and for Skawbox, you get entered. You got to put a note or put your name in there, and then you get entered into a drawing for one of those. So that's a new thing that we've been doing. So we just wanted to give a shout out to Skawbox on that one, and let you guys know about the good things that they're doing over there.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much units do they need, like, to be a part of it? Of something, like whether it's like buttons or stickers or whatever. Like,
Oh,
how much do they send out every? Like, how much do you need to like?
Are you talking about as a band for providing merchandise to them?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have basically what they have is they can either purchase some product, or there's product that is donated, I guess. I don't want to give out specifics because I really don't know the nuances of it.
Yeah.
I think that's how usually those box things.
But yeah, I did it for a full year. It was awesome. I got a lot of cool stuff. Right before that, I was just showing Jose some of the shirts. Like, he's got some of the stuff. But it's a really cool thing for people who normally wouldn't hear about some of these bands. And I got to hear a lot of bands that I never heard of, things on the East Coast. And just you get to start liking new bands and go, oh, damn, I would have never heard of that. If Goodwin Club were to send stickers or
like how much, like your tote bags,
Yeah.
whatever. How many?
well, I can get you in contact. Or
then?
is it you or Rich that does the business? Do you know? Okay, so I can get in touch with you. I can send you
I
an
like
email.
Rich dipped out. He didn't.
Yeah, we probably had to pee again. He has interview after interview after interview. So I can send you some information in regards to that.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So have you felt that your voice, because I know Jose touched on that your voice has matured over these decades?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I listen to myself, that first demo, I'm 13 years old. Never sang it in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's about as brutal of a thing you could ever make me listen to. Like, my ears bleed and my eyes, like, pee comes out of my eyes. Like, I'm so, like, I can't stand listening to it. I think that, I slowly over those years, like, gained more confidence and, like, definitely got better on stage. In the beginning, I was just the stage. And then now when you come back to it and I am more mature and you have someone like Rich who tells me everything I need to do and tells me what I'm doing wrong, even though he gets the best out of me. And I think if you're going to say about like my voice sounding more mature, it's all because of Rich and Dean, like, being like the best supporters of just like helping me like figure this out.
Yeah, that's truly amazing, and that's what
helping do.
and that's what you need. That's what vocalists need, is someone to help bring out the best in them. And then you've got Rich.
Sometimes they make me real mad, but then that helps.
There's like that breaking point where we're like, oh, we're losing her. Do I have all I need? Just give me
one. But then it's so fun when he has to do his vocals and I get to hit the buttons on the computer. That's real fun.
Good. She gets me back. She's like, that was the worst trash I've ever heard in my life.
So Goodwin Club.
You're a little pitchy on that one. Can we just
So your band is back together, reunited, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
what
we're in it to win it.
What does the future hold for Goodwin Club? What can we be expecting from your band for 2025?
2025, we have the Memphis Scoffley show coming up. When is that again, Tommy?
Like not for a while, baby. It's like July.
All right, cool, July. At this point, we're
Recording a video.
We're recording the video for Shake It Off coming up really soon, and we have like
Sorry.
it's funny.
Sorry. It doesn't matter which one, but whatever. Yeah.
Are you cooking? What are you doing?
I just was curious which song it was.
So anyway, no, and it's been crazy. Like on the thread, we've actually thrown around like song ideas. So yeah, there's going to be some new, gonna be something coming out your way, new song wise. It's probably gonna be like a single at this point.
Yeah. No. It takes us a long time.
It's gonna be fine. But like I'd say by the end of the year, you're gonna have a lot of content to actually push, and we're up for any show. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Right.
Book us like literally like at this point, there's no active booker, so it's kind of like anybody offers us stuff, and we've been really lucky lately to get like such like great shows. We're just like, sure, we'll play it all. It's awesome. Is it like we've had awesome crowds to play in front of, and just having a great time, man.
Just feed you some Taco Bell and you're on stage. That's all.
I mean, Del Taco for me, but everybody
Del Taco, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
Del Taco,
love themselves, like
Hey,
my writer's a little different.
that's funny because you're a writer. Yeah, it's funny. That's so funny that you said that. I'm sorry. I was trying not to talk about the hippos, but I remember every time on the contract for you guys for when you played shows, I always had it that they would have to pay an additional amount if they labeled you guys or promoted you guys as hippos.
Hippos, exactly.
Instead of the hippos.
I remember that. That was so sick.
That's so funny.
Well, that's because it wasn't the name of the band, and a lot of the advertisements, because it was LA Weekly, OCD Weekly, all that would just say hippos, and it was just
Another hippo.
annoyed.
It's not cool.
Get it? I guess I
like,
get it. It'd be like we were called Goodwin Club.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We never say the, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, hey man, I saw Beatles live. That was great. Like was it the real band? Was it the real band? I don't know. They're called the Beatles. I don't get it.
Just depends. It just depends if you saw them at
Not
a
to say
local
we were
place.
that level, but
That's awesome. So basically, we're going to wrap it up here. We've had a great time speaking to you two. Want to appreciate everything that you guys bring to the ska scene, and just as humanitarians, appreciate the time you take today, or you took today, to speak with us about everything. Any last parting words that you have for the listeners and followers of Ska History Hour? Not the Ska History Hour. Ska History.
Join the club, baby. Seriously.
Here for having a good time.
I think
Club.
a lot of fun. Had a good time, but like, straight up, if you, I think if you listen and you watch the videos, you'll just see, like, there's nothing behind it except for just like pure, like, we just have just
fun,
stupid amounts of fun together.
Fun.
And if you're like, they're not taking themselves seriously, like,
we're not.
You'll see exactly like, you'll just see the like, I don't know, it's just like a warmth feel that I love in the band, and I think it comes across to the people on the stage, in the audience too. So yeah,
agreed. Ditto.
That's awesome. Ditto. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you. We're gonna. I'll definitely be there for the Memphis Scoffley show. Also for you guys too.
Thanks, man. Yeah, cool. Side note, you too. Okay, man. By that time, you're gonna manage this anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's right.
And don't forget my percentage. Remember, I charge a huge percentage. I don't know if you remember that.
Like 75%. We're like, cool, man. Like, we're just chill.
Yeah, like, got it all. Just get us some Del Taco afterwards.
There you go.
Sure, Del Taco.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
All right.
All right.
Love you,
Take care, you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, man.
Hello, Skankers. Jose here, aka Skanky Force. Would you like to win a free Ska Box? It's as easy as following Ska Box Rocks and Stiff Dog Records on Instagram and Facebook. And subscribe to Ska History Hour on YouTube and comment Ska Box Rocks in any video to enter. Good luck!